AI that's become AGI. It's all part of the same diabolical deception. But here's the thing. I lay out a thesis in the later chapters of my part in this book on the ET deception, saying that the Antichrist will likely present himself as this enlightened extraterrestrial, either an extraterrestrial himself or at least someone in contact with them, someone who has revelations from them, who knows. But I believe it will be part of the ET deception. Here's the thing. Since he'll promise, as the Catechism says, the deception of the Antichrist comes with an apparent solution to our problems. He will promise this apparent solution, and I think the problem is going to be nuclear war. That's when the ET deception started, 1947, when the Cold War started. So I think that the aliens are going to swoop in with their supposed solution to nuclear annihilation. Now, that supposed solution is not actually going to exist because there are no aliens, so the Antichrist won't have this ET technology he claims to. But what does the book of Revelation say? It speaks of the beast and its image. And it says that the false prophet deceives. This is what too many commentators on the great persecutions that are coming neglect, is that yes, it's a great persecution. It's the great persecution, in fact, but it's all built on a deception. All of it. Jesus warns against that in the gospel. We've got 2 Thessalonians warning against that. We've got the book of Revelation repeatedly warning against this. Is all built on the deception. So what is the deception? Well, since none of those ET technologies exist, since there are no ETs, we will need to build for the Antichrist his system of persecution. And we will. Why? Because the book of Revelation says he bids men to make an image for the beast. Book of Revelation says explicitly, men will build the image of the beast. The image of the beast, I believe, is AI, is an AI system that the devil himself has breathed into to demonically possess. And when you combine both that ET and that AI facet of the deception, they come together in a frighteningly perfect harmony for what the book of Revelation lays out.
Yes, and just further on what I was saying, we know that angels are intelligent spirits, and their intelligence is much far greater than ours. So they have understanding of nature and technology much greater than we do.
Yes, absolutely. Their intelligence is far beyond anything that humans could ever imagine. Even they, now as a key distinction, even the demons and angels technically, but only God can work a miracle, which is an actual suspension of the ordinary course of nature, an actual, quote, you could call it, some people would quibble with this, but an actual violation of natural law, not meaning moral law, of course, but physics. So the demons themselves can't create ex nihilo, they can't raise the dead, they can't incarnate themselves, but they can give the impression of having done many of those things. The medieval code of canon law actually says that demons can temporarily animate a corpse to make it look like they've resurrected the dead. So it's really stunning what the demons can do when they're given that leash to do so by God. But anyway, yeah, the angelic intelligence...
ChatGPT gets 123 million visits a day.
Do so by God. But anyway, yeah, the angelic intelligence, they've got perfect understanding of all natural laws. And I've got a whole chapter here on drawing from Father Jordan Allman, an expert theologian on, no, I'm not going to find it. I don't have the book marked here. But anyway, you can find it in the book. What we already know from Catholic theology the demons are capable of, I guarantee you, will be more than sufficient to explain everything, everything that you see exposed, coming forth on the news on the days ahead about so-called UFOs.
Yes.
And
he's laying the groundwork for the AI part of it big time.
Relatively,
but also with the satellites and all that digital stuff. Satellite, what's it called? Satellites.
Yeah. He's going to be, unfortunately, he's going to be a big player in the AI half of this great deception that's coming. Because the AI half of the deception is going to lend the actual power to it, because ETs don't exist. That's going to be the allure. That's going to be the main lie. But then this AI thing is going to merge with that, and this is what they're all saying already anyway. And then we've got the beast and the image of the beast. I really think that we got beast, Antichrist, ET deception. We got image of beast, false prophet, AI deception. put together for the strong delusion.
All right, can you break that down a
saying it
bit
all.
more for us? Because for you, it's common sense, but for us, we need a bit more explanation there. How's it going to all look like?
So the beast of Revelation is generally taken to be the Antichrist, but the Revelation also speaks of the second beast, and in a later chapter of Revelation, the second beast is referred to as the false prophet. Now, the false prophet is what breathes into the image of the beast to enable it to speak, but it does not thereby actually make it alive. And this is a key distinction. And unfortunately, actually, the more traditional translations of Scripture don't have the best translation of this, like Douay Rheims, which is generally the best. But for this point, it says that the false prophet, breathed into the image of the beast to make it alive. No, the Greek, the Latin of the Vulgate and the original Greek, it's simply enabled to speak by this diabolical breath. And this is a perversion of the breath of God in Genesis. So how does the capstone of the universe come about? Man is the capstone of the universe, Jesus himself being fully God and fully man. But in the beginning, God breathed into Adam and he became a living soul. So the devil in the end time, the eschatology mirrors protology. The last things mirrors first things, as we discussed towards the beginning of this webcast.
That's what your book's all about.
History. Yeah, it's all about the symmetry of history, the first and last deception. And yes, the good news is will of God, but to go from that and into that again, we've got deception, guarding the way, as it were. So the breath of God into the makes Adam into a living soul, the capstone of the universe, the perfection of all the works of God. And then at the end times, what do we have? We have the breath of the devil making the image of the beast, imago bestia. So we've got man is the imago Dei, and then we've got the image of the beast, imago bestia. A perversion, a satanic perversion of the protological breath of God in Genesis, because the devil is attacking the supreme work of God, man, and the incarnation of Jesus Christ, fully God, fully man. So the beast himself is a man. The beast himself is just, Catholic tradition is very clear on this. The Antichrist, he's not a half demon, half man. He's not an alien. He's just a man. The Antichrist has a human mother and human father. The Antichrist even has a guardian angel. Although he'll never listen to him, of course. So the Antichrist is just a human being who gives himself over entirely to Satan and gets in return all of this tremendous power. But he still can't work a miracle because he's just a man. And even a demon can't work a miracle anyway. But so he's going to have this unbelievable persuasion and enigma. Don't even turn on your television to look at him. If it becomes clear that those times are upon us, don't listen to him for a second. And I'm not trying to be superstitious about this. I'm just trying to be realistic about human nature. You do not ever want to put yourself in an occasion of sin. The Antichrist will be the most seductive and persuasive human being who ever lived. Don't listen to him for a second. But anyway, he'll accumulate for himself immense power through that and through the satanic pretended signs and wonders he works. But he won't be able to just snap his fingers and have dominion over the whole world because he's not God. He has no miraculous abilities. We will build that system for him. Now, that system is built upon another deception, the AI deception. AI, of course, is very real. It's a real thing. ETs are completely fake. But AI is spreading its tentacles throughout the whole world now in such a way that you probably don't even realize how much AI has infiltrated. And I'm saying, I don't mean this you, Ron and Dippy. I mean you just in general, speaking to people in general, including myself. We don't even realize how much AI is infiltrated and insinuated itself into the very fabric of our institutions. We don't even realize how much ChatGPT generated garbage is telling us our news now, is telling us what the meanings of words are when we look this up. And I have a big expose on this coming out. I allude to it in the book. I didn't want to put the details in it for various reasons, but I'm going to be releasing it soon. AI has insinuated itself everywhere. Now, this mark of the beast, we all know the mark of the beast is coming, of course, whether in the right hand or forehead, and it's going to control all finance. Once this mark of the beast is joined to this global AI system that has been given permission by us, because the book of Revelation says we will be deceived into doing this. We will give this AI, this unchecked AI system, complete control over our lives. And when it's combined with the chip for payment in the right hand or the forehead, the Antichrist will basically de facto have control over the whole world, even though he's still just a man. The people will believe the lie. And I speculate, this is what we're being set up for. They'll believe the lie that he's an ET or that he has access to ET revelations to give the solution to the crisis that the world is in, probably nuclear war, maybe something else. And he'll say, to give this solution, I need this system in place. And that system will be the image of the beast, an AI breathed into by the devil to be possessed by the demons, even though we in our thought will regard it as an actual sentient computer, an actual super intelligent AI, which is also impossible. And that's
Is it going to be Google? Sorry, I shouldn't say that since I'm on YouTube.
Since we're on, well, let me, instead of saying anything else that might get you in trouble there, I'll just say you won't believe how much what you just mentioned is.
Mute him.
you won't believe how much that's part of this. How the biggest, the most powerful pundits in the world for the last couple decades, but especially the last couple of years, they have explicitly told us that they are trying to reenact the fall of man through AI. Henry Kissinger and Eric Schmidt, the CEO of the company you just mentioned, just came out with a book that almost explicitly says that they are working towards a reenactment of the fall of man through AI. I mean, they are telling us what they're about to do.